CEO was fun. As you can probably tell, or probably already saw, I won CEO for 2XKO this year. This was the first offline major I had been to, and the first time I had gone out of state for any event, period. I've just been holed up in little old Seattle, looking for anything to do, and the 2X community here is not the strongest. There are a couple good players like Enzong and Help, and we do have Sonic Fox, but they're not coming out to anything. So I turned to the online era, just constantly grinding and see if there's anything I could do to possibly prove myself, which is when I initially made that first video of winning TNS, and then I won it again. Maybe a week or two before EVO Vegas, I contacted an organization that a couple of my friends were in and talked to the owner of the establishment and was able to get my sponsor with Kingsguard. They gave me a discount on the place I was staying, so I punched in my ticket for CEO. Now, the good news is, this is the first event that I'm actually able to go to. Everything's laid out, I got nothing planned, we are there, and we're gonna do good. But the bad part is I have to go to Orlando, and that place sucked. I really wasn't expecting the venue to be nearly a quarter of the size that it was, but they rented out so much, it was gigantic. You were able to walk literal miles in that place, and you still couldn't find the venue. The casual section had tens, maybe hundreds of arcade machines that were completely free to play, any of them. Casual setups that had a bunch of games on them, which didn't have 2X for some reason, even though it's free. And some bring your own console, so that we actually could play 2XKO. There were also a lot of vendors there. I didn't pick anything up, but a lot of them were good, but some of them were very suggestive. I didn't know how bad it was. This is the first one I've been to. I didn't know how bad it was. Of course, my experience there was great. I had a great time. But the thing that we were there for was the competition. And how'd that smooth out? Can't remember. The brackets, while a little slow, ran pretty smoothly. I don't know if anyone delayed any brackets at any point. I can't quite remember. I was told that the setup on stream was going to be really laggy, but there was some kind of power outage issue they had. And whatever that problem was, after it got back online, I think they fixed it. So I wasn't altered by the PS5 in any way, which is great because I've heard horrible things about that. I see that I have Leffen in my path, and it was projected that I was losing to him, and I thought that was probably going to be true as well. But thankfully, with a little movie magic, I was able to beat him. And then to get into top 8 winner side, I had to beat Sonic Fox and Enzem. And thankfully, this one was on stream, so you're not just staring at me the whole time. Isn't that nice? That match was somewhat of the turning point to me realizing that I was actually able to do something here. Sonic and Enzem had been dominating pretty much everyone at everything 2X related. Sure, they didn't get top 3 at Frosty's, but they've gotten top 3 at pretty much everything else. Obviously, the stream match plays out. I take it 2-0 and show off my little screenshot, which is real, by the way. That's not fabricated at all. That is 100% real. He did say that. He had Braum under Vi. That was wicked. So I punch in my ticket for top 8 winner side. I was talking to a lot of people that were actually in the event, and in the situation that they could or would get top 8, they had no idea what they wanted. They didn't have anything planned. They didn't know what songs they were going to use. Made me feel weird for prepping in advance. I got like an Amazon gift card. I ordered the muscle shirt and bald cap off of that, plus some bird stuff, I think. Here's my birdies. Look at my birdies. I got the 2 Poros off of Etsy, I think, and I chucked them into the crowd like a bouquet of flowers. I just wanted my moment in the spotlight. I didn't care about actually... Someone's stealing. I just wanted my moment in the spotlight. I didn't care about getting like 3rd or 2nd or 1st. I was just happy I got my walkout. I was cemented. My initial opponent was Jakey the Snakey, which I was familiar with. I knew how he played, and I was kind of overconfident that I was going to beat him in that match, which I didn't. That was kind of the player in top 8 that I felt like I had the most chance against, and I lost him, which is funny. This is funny. So he moves on, and I drop down to losers. Again, I'm not deterred. I don't care enough. I made my walkout, I'm fine. I don't remember how much money each place got, but I would still guaranteed something, probably enough to pay for my entry. So I'd break even. I then had to fight Leffen again, who again made it a close fight, but I did manage to take it out in the end. And everyone afterwards was just killers after killers after killers, man. Jakey managed to push Hikari down to losers in the best set of 2XKO I think I've ever seen. I was jumping out of my chair multiple times. It was incredible. It was awesome. And Hikari had previously pushed Bleed into losers, which I had to fight right then and there. Which Bleed is one of the most aggressive players in the game, in terms of play style. And the more aggressive a player is, the more I've learned that they get shut down by shield. Which happened to be the case. I 2-0'd him. That was pretty nice. That was pretty cool. And then comes Hikari. He was seeded first in the tournament, I believe. So I kind of somewhat accepted that this is where my run was going to end, which is perfectly okay. I think it would have tied for third. Yeah, third. I would have gotten third place. That's completely fine. I would have gotten a bronze medal, which would have been very nice, but this ain't bronze. In a very dominant first 2 games, I managed to match his pace and then outpace him for the next 3. And then I meet Jakey again in Grands. One of us gets first, one of us gets second. Regardless of who won this set, by the way, I think it's incredible that me and him were the ones that actually made it up there in the first place. You know, we've always seen Hikari, Bleed, Sonic Fox and Inzem, Supernoon. We've always seen those players in the grand finals. But now we see neither of them. I think that's awesome. Which also, speaking of top 8, this was a very diverse top 8. I think it was one of the most diverse top 8s we've seen almost ever. Yeah, as we do, we managed to start playing, and I got a pretty good read on what he was doing. He was definitely falling for a lot of basic shield pressure and a lot of basic Vi sway sequences. I very quickly realized that as long as I stayed level-headed and stick to what I knew, I could very easily take him out, which is what I did, resetting the bracket. But then he started to get momentum again. He started to use Jinx's minigun round start, which I still don't know how I'm supposed to beat, because even if you hit the character he tags to, Jinx will keep shooting. This even happens if you grab, if you parry, like, it keeps going. Well, not parry, but it keeps going. But that was only the round start interaction. For the rest of the game, I kind of managed to keep his tempo pretty well. But even though my characters do good... What? Even though my characters do good into Jinx, Yasuo is kind of a problem for Braum. Vi's like okay, but Braum is a real issue. I mentioned it in this video, which you should go watch, it's pretty good, that a lot of Yasuo's tools managed to break down Braum pretty well. And I managed to take it to last game, last round, and used an invincible super, canceled into an invincible super, and then I back up enough for his cross up to whiff. And just like that, I take this home. It was a great event, GG's to everyone that played. So for the rest of the event, I kind of mellowed out. There was a Beyblade tournament happening the day after, which was very fun to see. This 7-year-old was running people's pockets. I watched Skullgirls top 8, that was very fun. I watched DBFZ, like, I only caught top 3, but no, that was also pretty fun, I will admit. I didn't do much else at the venue besides the casual setups, but it was great meeting the people that I already knew from the online scene in person. We all went to Chili's, we had a good time. You know, in my last video, I made it very clear a bunch of times that I really do like 2XKO. I'm just a little harsh on it because, well, I like it so much. I think it is easily the best tag fighter on the market, yes, including Tokon. And I think it still has a lot of room to grow as a game. And again, it's free and doesn't melt your CPU when you run it. I don't plan on switching teams unless they really nerf Braum, which, they might. They might. My fault. But even still, I like a good chunk of 2XKO's cast. So if they nerf something, I'll move on to something else. I really want a Darius team, but Darius sucks, so I don't know, I'm playing him with Braum. I don't like that team. The next patch we're getting, I think, in 2 or 3 weeks. It's when we get Season 3, which we assume Lux is dropping with. If they add a character and it's fun to play, I'll play him. That's just kind of the baseline. Any hopes for the new patch, please? Please do something about Akali. No, I'm kidding. Thresh needs... Man, he just needs to go. He needs to leave. Can we add like 2 frames of buffer when you wake up so you can actually consistently get parry? Please and thank you. Kind of like all I want. Do something about Warwick, man. That guy sucks. This video is completely unscripted. I just kind of wanted to make something saying, hi, I did this, this was mine, I get to keep it. But I think I'll be answering some questions if you leave them down in the comments for me. Yeah, that's something. You get something out of it. But for now, I like 2XKO. I hope we don't have to have this discussion in a year. I hope we even have the game in a year.
You too, boy!
I can't believe this.
It's not what you think.
What is it then? Tell me what you see here.
I don't see anything.
How can you not see it? I think I'm gonna be sick. How long?
How long what?
How long were you planning on doing this? Tell me!
I don't remember what was said in my video, but I just know I didn't want to get rid of it. The game's gone. It's no more. We're gonna get Lux and a patch. We're gonna get Samira and a patch. We're gonna get a potential bug fix in December. And then it's gone. I didn't even want to bust out the good camera for this, because just like the news that they just gave us, I just want to rush it. I don't care. I finally found a game that I was good at, something that I could actually succeed in, and then they just pulled the plug. Not to mention a community for an FGC culture that I liked. Dragon Balls was okay. Absolutely didn't want to talk about Strive even a little bit. And 2X was the one that I actually liked everyone that was in it. Or like a couple bad eggs, but you know, every community has those. The content that I said that I had planned in that video for 2XKO is gone because they're taking down ranked. The ideas that I had for the future and team building and maybe a guide on my own team is pointless. The dev team was so grateful to their community and what they had built up, and Riot just takes it. I don't like any of the current fighting games on the market very much anyways. Best Bets Avatar or Under Night In-Birth. I haven't even bought Avatar yet. I don't even know if I like it or not. I don't know what to do. All my content now that I ever made for the game is now pointless, including the belt that I just won. It's for a game that no one's ever gonna play again. Thank you to the community. Thank you to the developers. Thank you to everyone. Yeah, you're ruining it. Come here. Thank you to the community. Thank you to the developers. Thank you to everyone. I really did love 2XKO. And if it manages to bounce back by any shape or means, then I will be playing it again. But I think this is going... Yeah, just go. Just go. This is going to be the last 2X video you'll be seeing. Oh well.